You bought because it was green. You sold because it was red. You called that discipline. It was recency bias. The last 3 months felt like the future. The last 3 years went missing from your memory. Markets punish that amnesia. Do you also get caught with recency bias? In this video, you will learn how you can shut it. Recency bias is when you overweight the most recent information and underweight the long histories. Let's take a recent example to explain it further with LG Electronics India's listing as a live case. The LG IPO priced at 1140, stock listed at nearly 1710. That's a whooping nearly 50% premium. Best big ticket debut in years. Market cap on day one briefly surpassed the Korean parent itself, where recency bias traps you. LOTs see an addition of 50% and anchor that as a new fair value, which makes them refuse to trim it because the latest trim feels like the base rate. While for non-LOTs, they chase it at open of the day one as a base price. They assume that will keep going in a straight line upside because everyone is buying. You are extrapolating one session of order book imbalance into a multi-quarter thesis. Why is that dangerous? It was a pure offer for sale with no fresh capital infusion, no immediate balance sheet change. A one-day squeeze reflects scarcity and hype without any upgrade in the intrinsic value. Post-listing, the supply often rises as different lockups roll off, narratives cool, and valuation reverts towards fundamentals. So, what is the precedence? So, LG Energy Solution, which is a Korean-based company, had a blockbuster debut in Jan 2022 over there. It catapulted to number 2 by value, then gave back a large chunk in subsequent years as expectations normalized and industry cycle kicked in. Recency bias burnt the late entrants. Price becomes narrative. Narrative becomes conviction. Conviction becomes concentration, and concentration without process becomes a risk. Why your brain does this? Your brain seeks patterns that reduce uncertainty. It fast tracks recent data because it is salient, available, and emotionally charged. In markets, salience equals price movement, availability equals headlines, emotions equals profit and loss. The loop locks in, price move, story moves, the action leads to reinforcement. You mistake a short window for a base rate fixation in your mind. How recency bias shows up in your portfolio. So first is performance chasing. You rotate into the last quarter's winners after the easy beta has already paid out. Second is premature capitulation. You dump quality positions after a routine drawdown. Next is overconfidence in new regimes. You assume that last 6 months equals the next 6 years. Next, under diversification. You crowd into one theme and unknowingly lever to a single macro factor which may change. The next is missized entries. You upsize allocations exactly when risk reward deteriorates. Another one is narrative anchoring. You confuse the trend strength with the business strength. And that's a common mistake. What can you do to avoid it? Let's again look at the LG example. If you've got an allotment, stick to your pre-committed rules. For instance, you may book a 30 to 50% of your allotted shares on the listing day spend and let the rest right behind a trailing stop or valuation guardrail. Or you may simply sell the entire allotment and enjoy your gains. Your selling plan is written before the bill, not after the pop. If you have not received the allotment, refuse the day one or week one impulse buys. Set a cooling off period, let's say of 30 to 45 days, to see stabilized float. First, management interaction as a listing entity and early coverage. Build your observational notes in this period and not a position. Also, you have to consider with valuation guardrails, which means you need to compare implied multiplies to peers and to the parent. A large premium to parent with similar economics requires evidence and not excitement. Trim or pass if the spread is story only. Also check the supply map, the anchor and or the ESOP's lock-in, which may expire soon, and the offer for sale overhang, which will get over. Stagger your entries around these windows and not the headlines. You need to also evaluate how much you want to invest. Scale only after 2 checkpoints. First result as a listed company and confirmation on margins or working capital. Hence, your process checklist should include these fundamental parameters: business mode, pricing power, operating leverage path, reinvestment runway, cash conversion, governance, and the use of cash. As you can see in this entire list, the listed at 50% higher is nowhere. How you teach your brain the lesson? Write the two alternate histories. Recency bias path, it was plus 50%. I bought, it went sideways. I averaged up, multiples compressed. I sold flat or I sold red. The process part, I logged day one facts, waited for supply and earnings clarity, sized small, added only on operational profit, reread the LG Energy solution arc whenever you feel FOMO or the fear of missing out. After a euphoric debut, big pops make big headlines. Base rates live in multi-year charts. Here are some more examples to stay away from the trap of recency bias. Use these to rewrite your intuition. The dot-com run-up and unwind between 98 to 2002. A strong 12-month TAC returns convinced investors that negative earnings did not matter. The 2000 to 2002 drawdown reset valuations and a lot of careers. The commodities supercycle whiplash between 2007 to 2009. Soaring energy and metals in 2007 trained investors to extrapolate scarcity. In 2008, demand shock reversed the thesis. Post-COVID rotation, which is 2020-2022, the mega cap growth leadership in 2020-21 pulled portfolios into expensive duration risk. Rising rates in 2022 flipped the leadership to value, energy, and defensive stocks. Small cap and micro cap surges in multiple markets. The late cycle liquidity squeezes shorts upwards. Then liquidity normalizes and earnings discipline returns back. Sector whipsaws. The IT and pharma shows multi-year cycles where 6 to 12 month outperformance is often followed by mean reversion unless supported by earnings spread and margin durability. Data trap, the short window illusions. Short windows are seductive. A 6-month chart hides the base rate. Many factors like value and quality pay off over multi-year horizons with lumpy paths. Momentum works too, but it is rules based and time bounded, not vibes based. Your task is to separate statistically persistent edges from headline driven heat. Always run this quick audit. Your last two buys, Did the price momentum overweight valuation and earnings quality in your scripts? In your last two sales, did a single bad month force you to exit? Your position size, did you size biggest into the most recent winner? Your time horizon, does your holding period shorten when the volatility rises? If yes is the answer to two or more, you are trading the recency bias and not the process. Some more solutions that you can explore. One is to codify your horizon. Define minimum holding periods by a strategy. For long-term equities, set a review cadence quarterly and an evaluation window 24 to 36 months and not 6 months. Lock this in writing. Adopt the base rate thinking. Before any buy, state the long run distribution for the factor you are paying for. Growth at a reasonable price. Quality, dividend compounders, or small cap turnarounds. If the current return spread versus history is extreme, reduce the sizing. Separate momentum from recency. Momentum as a strategy is rule based. Look back the windows, volatility filters, and sell rules. If you want momentum exposure, use a defined screen or a product that tracks it. Don't improvise after seeing a green chart. Pre-commit the position sizes. Build a sizing grid by conviction and liquidity. For example, for starters, 1 to 2%, for core 3 to 5%, and maximum is 7 to 8% for diversified portfolios. Only fundamentals and risk budget change size and not the last week price. Rebalance on a fixed schedule. Quarterly or semi-annual balancing trips winners and adds to laggards within your chosen allocated bands. This forces sell high, buy low behavior and breaks the recency loop. Use valuation guardrails. Set valuation tripwires by sector, price to earning, EV to EBITDA, free cash flow yield, or price to book wherever relevant. If a holding crosses into the top decile of its own 5-year range without earning confirmation, trim. Write pre-mortems and sell rules. Before buying, write a 5-line pre-mortem. What could go wrong? What you will look for? How you will exit? Define 2 sell types. Thesis break, which is fundamental, and risk control. Your portfolio. Price alone is not a thesis. Diversify by driver, not label. Own the businesses with different earning drivers. Domestic cycles, global exporters, defensives, and structural compounders. Labels like a multi-cap or a mid-cap can still hide factor concentration. Use checklists at order time. Run a 10-point checklist. Earning quality, balance sheet, industry structure, pricing power, capital allocation, valuation versus history, insider behavior, competitive threats, cyclical risk, and portfolio fit. Only place orders when 8 out of 10 of these pass through. Automate SIPs and stagger your entries. For broad exposure, keep SIPs running to reduce the timing error. For a single stop, scale it in tranches. Recency bias loses its power when entries are averaged. Create a cooling off buffer. When a stock hits your radar because of a headline or a big move, enforce a 24-hour wait and a 1-page memo. If you can't write the memo, you cannot own this stock. Track process matrices. Record decisions in a log. Review hit rate versus thesis type. Average holding period. Winners trim versus added. And drawdowns tolerated. Reward adherence to process, not lucky outcomes. Assume your portfolio drifted to 20% in one hot theme after a strong 6 months. You apply the rules, run the checklist, note stretched valuation, trim to target weights during the scheduled rebalance, redirects proceeds to under-owned quality needs with resilient cash flows, and restart a staggered entry plan for a new idea. Over the next 8 weeks, you update sell rules and memorize the decisions in your log. The portfolio shifts from noise reactive to rule driven. Recency bias is not an opinion problem, it's a process problem. You face the process, the bias stops, driving the bus. Always remember, market rewards that discipline.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.